Are you thinking about making a move to Lynnwood, Washington? If so, chances are you have a lot of questions about Lynnwood. Questions like commute times. How long is it going to take me to get to work, home from work? Maybe questions like just what is there to do in Lynnwood? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to open up my computer. We're going to jump into Google Maps and take a virtual tour of all of Lynnwood, show you everything you need to know. We're going to cover commute times in and out of Seattle, Bellevue. Maybe you travel a lot, commute times to airports. So we're going to cover everything Lynnwood today. And if that sounds interesting to you, let's get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living, working, playing, eating in the city of Seattle, Washington, and surrounding areas like Lynnwood, then subscribe down below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market right here in Seattle. My name is David Sappenfield. The team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking for help to make their move here to Seattle. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact information is in the description down below. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So, like I mentioned, we are going to be jumping into my computer, opening up Google Maps, take you on a complete virtual tour of everything you need to know about Lynnwood, commute times, restaurants you need to check out, places you need to hang out, play when you're in Lynnwood. So let's get to work and jump into the computer right now. Okay, let's get rolling. So we have Google Maps page pulled up in the computer here. And if you look right in the middle of the screen, you'll see those red dotted lines that are surrounding the city limits of Lynnwood, Washington. Now, there's more to Lynnwood than what you see within those red dotted lines. There's actually a section of Lynnwood that's considered unincorporated Snohomish County. And I'm going to try and give you a very rough estimate of where that goes here. But if we head north and then we drop down just kind of below Lake Stickney here, cross I-5, kind of the Martha Lake area, and it drops down. And again, I'm very rough estimate, but just to kind of give you an idea of the other sections of Lynnwood that aren't technically within the city limits. So everything inside this blue line about is Lynnwood as well. So let's talk about commuting. Okay, so chances are maybe you're commuting into Seattle or Bellevue on a regular basis, maybe for work. So let's look at that. If we're headed down to Seattle, we're about 20 to 25 minutes, just a straight shot north of downtown Seattle. But just to kind of give you some times here, so 23 minutes. Now, keep in mind, at the time that I'm recording this video, it's a Saturday morning. There's no traffic at all. If it's a heavy rush hour traffic time of day, you could probably expect to add 20 to 25 minutes to all of these times that we're going to cover right now. But keep in mind, these are just no traffic, which I think is a good estimate of, distances and how long it takes to travel. So into downtown Seattle, like I said, 20 to 25 minutes, pretty straight shot, really easy to get there. Just head south on I-5 and you're right there. Now, let's say you are trying to go to Bellevue or that area. Maybe you're working in Redmond. Let's pull that up. So the default way is to head south, down, and across the 520 bridge. Got to remember that 520 bridge is a toll bridge. You're probably not going to want to travel that way on a regular basis unless maybe your company or your job is paying for your toll fees and whatnot, then maybe that would be the better option for you. But more than likely what you're going to do is you're going to head down 405 southbound, and that'll take you through Kirkland, through Redmond, into Bellevue. So probably the easier way to go. Also keep in mind with the with that route into Bellevue, you do have the option for toll lanes. And what you can do is, starting up here in Lynnwood, then heading south all the way down into Bellevue, you can pay to go in the toll lanes, or if you have, it's 3 people, two people in parts of it, but high occupancy HOV lane, you can avoid the toll by carpooling. But really quick straight shot heading down 405. If you wanted to take advantage of those toll lanes. Again, maybe your employer's paying for it, some of your travel fees, then that would probably be a good deal for you. So that's covered Lynnwood, covered Seattle. Okay, so maybe you travel quite a bit for work and you need to fly in and out of town on a regular basis. Seatac International Airport, not too far away. So yeah, looking at 36 minutes, straight shot right down I-5 to get there. If you're commuting during rush hour traffic, you could probably add another 25 to 35 minutes on top of that. But Seatac Airport, International Airport, flies everywhere in the world that you would need to go. If you are traveling out of like West Coast or traveling to West Coast destinations, there's a chance that maybe flying out of Payne Field might be a better option for you. They do have limited destinations they travel to. I think there's 8 West Coast spots like San Francisco. I think there's a couple Orange County, Arizona, maybe Vegas. But yeah, limited destinations. But if you are traveling to those on a regular basis, flying out of Payne Field is probably going to be your best bet. Payne Field is up in Everett, so not too far away from Lynnwood. We're looking, it's 18 minutes. Usually it takes 15 to 20 minutes to get there, but much easier to get in and out of that airport terminal. It's an Alaskan Airlines terminal. That might be the way to go if you are traveling primarily to those West Coast destinations. You can avoid having to travel all the way down to Seatac Airport. So speaking of, traveling all the way down to Seatac Airport and, kind of covering the commute times to downtown Seattle, they are going to be opening up the Lynnwood Light Rail, kind of the expansion project. And that will be headed up into Lynnwood by 2025. So we're really close. We only have a couple years before the light rail system is going to go all the way up to Lynnwood, which is going to be incredible for Lynnwood. Okay. So let me just pull up kind of where the light rail is going, kind of show you an idea, travel times, we'll talk about that, but right now it heads up to the northernmost point is in the North Gate part of Seattle, but it's going to head all the way up to Lynnwood, which will be great. It's going to drop straight down. It pretty much runs parallel to I-5, and it's going to bring us all the way down into Seattle. Okay, so projected travel times from Lynnwood to Seattle on light rail are going to be about 28 minutes, which, is not too bad because even in rush hour traffic, you don't have to worry about rush hour. It's going to be pretty much a 28-minute shot each way, no matter what time of day that you're traveling. So, most people are commuting at least 30 minutes every day to work. So that's not too bad. And you can just kind of sit there, ride the light rail and, kind of get some work done on your laptop or whatever. But once that opens up, that is going to be incredible. And then you can head all the way down to the airport. You can head down to Federal Way even further. But, if you're traveling to the airport a lot, then it will, take you down to the airport. And then, of course, it heads across I-90 into the east side here in Bellevue and Redmond, drops down into Redmond and kind of terminates there at Redmond Town Center. So the light rail system is going to be huge for the city of Lynnwood. It's going to be just much easier to travel around the whole Puget Sound region, and can't wait for it to open because it's going to just have a massive impact on this area. Okay, let's talk about what there is to do in Lynnwood and places to go, restaurants to eat at. I think a good good spot to start would be right at the Alderwood Mall. And if we're looking at the map here, just to kind of show you where it is, it's right in this area right here, kind of on the eastern side of the Lynnwood city limits. But let's zoom in a little bit and show you a little more about the mall, what is in the mall, places that you want to check out. So let me get this pulled up here and hopefully get a footprint of the mall. Here we go. So pretty typical with the stores that are at Alderwood Mall. I think Alderwood is one of the nicer malls in the whole region. One of my favorites. It's just laid out very nicely. A lot of good stores. Just to show you kind of a few of the bigger kind of anchor tenants in Alderwood Mall. You have Nordstrom right here. You have, JCPenney's, you have Macy's. So those are kind of the bigger department stores that you have. And then, of course, you have, all of the smaller little stores that you would expect to see in a mall. Kind of zooming in here, but, Sunglass Hut, all the jewelry stores, other clothing stores. The food court is located right here. Really nice food court. A lot of different options to choose from. But yeah, really good food in there. Actually, it's not what you would expect, I guess, for a mall food court, but really a good spot to go grab lunch, grab dinner, whatever. And then there's an outdoor area of the mall. If you saw the Lynnwood vlog tour, this is where we started that tour, is this outdoor section of the Alderwood Mall. And lots of stores right here along this section. You have REI. It's like a camping store, outdoor goods. There's an Apple store. A couple good restaurants. You have a PF Chang's. Love PF Chang's. Kind of definitely like an Americanized Asian cuisine, but definitely a good spot to go grab dinner. Chicken lettuce wraps. Little tip for you: if you haven't had the chicken lettuce wraps at PF Chang's, they are a great starter to a meal. I would definitely recommend checking those out. There's also a Cheesecake Factory. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not really a Cheesecake Factory fan, I guess. Too many options, and it just doesn't seem like they're really awesome at any of them. They're just kind of like blah food. I don't know. Maybe you feel different. Let me know in the comments down below. But I probably would just avoid it. But yeah, lots of other good restaurant options. There is a Anthony's Seafood Grill down here. It's just kind of outside the food court. They have really good food, really good burgers, actually, which is kind of weird for a seafood restaurant, but probably one of the better burgers that I've had is at the Anthony's Seafood Grill. But that's what you're going to find at the mall, typical mall area. Let's zoom out a little bit. I will show you kind of what's around the mall. Now, if we just back out just a little bit here, we have Red Robin. Red Robin is like a local Seattle kind of a burger spot, but they serve much more than burgers. But it's a great place if you have kids. Good food. I'm not going to say really good, but well priced, good selection, good burgers. Really a popular spot. I'm saying, if you have kids, you probably find yourself at Red Robin quite a bit. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings. This is national chain restaurant, so I'm sure most people have heard of them, but great spot to go watch a game. Lots of TVs, bar area, and of course, chicken wings. If you like that sort of thing, that's a good spot to go. Across from the mall, here's the mall in this section here, but across from the mall, they have a brand new Home Depot that just opened. Really nice. Just a little bit north of that, there's a Costco wholesale. This is a newer Costco. I think this is 5, 6, 7 years old, something like that. So really nice Costco. They have a new like apartment, like high-rise complex right here. So lots of options for apartment living. There's also apartments going in right here above the Dave and Buster's. So like another kind of like high-rise apartment living option. So lots of options in this Alderwood area for apartment living, if that's what you're looking for. Some of the restaurants in the area, the Keg Steakhouse, this is a good one. The Keg is probably one of my favorite spots for lunch. Pretty good dinner as well, but their lunch menu is really awesome. They have a steak salad that is really, really good. So kind of a popular local steakhouse. There's a few different locations. I don't think they're a national company, but the Keg is great. As far as coffee goes, there's a gourmet latte. Gourmet latte, there's a lot of those coffee stands in the Seattle area, but they do serve a really good cup of coffee. So if you're looking for a good cup of coffee and you see a gourmet latte, I would definitely recommend checking them out. One word of or a bit of caution or advice here for you in this intersection here right by the mall. This one right here. So it's kind of a confusing intersection, and there's traffic cameras. So a lot of people get traffic light tickets in this little confusing intersection just because there's a bunch of cars going in different directions. So just be careful if you are driving in that area. There are traffic cameras, so make your complete stops and don't run through yellow lights thinking you can make it, or you're probably going to find yourself getting a ticket in the mail in this location here. So just a little bit of advice for you. Be careful in that area. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So if we head a little bit south from the mall area, before we do, there's a nice theater here just south of the mall, in the same parking lot actually, but really big AMC theater. They have the IMAX movie theaters, the IMAX screen, 3D stuff like that. But that's your kind of option if you like to go see movies. Alderwood Mall movie theater. But then across the street here, across from 184th, there's also another theater, and it's this Regal Alderwood, smaller theater, probably not quite as nice as the bigger mall theater, but couple different options for you there. If you like escape rooms, this is a pretty highly rated escape room place to go check out. I've never been here to this one, but it has 245 reviews and they're 5-star reviews, so they're doing something right. But yeah, popular escape room destination here in Lynnwood. If you head a little bit south of that, there's a Back Nine Parlor. This place is really cool. It's like a simulator, like golf, but there's other sports as well. Let me pull up some photos here. I bet you can see like it's like a bar lounge area, but there's a bunch of different simulator bays where you can play these sports. There's golf, there's even lots of activities for kids, soccer, throwing football, stuff like that. So great for those rainy days in Seattle where you can't really go outside and do anything, but want to take the kids or meet up with friends. A really a good spot. Good spot to check out, Back Nine Parlor. So if we zoom out a little bit, another section of town here is just kind of south on Alderwood Mall Parkway, just across the freeway. Another set of strip malls here, but you have Nordstrom Rack. That's always a good location to go for cheaper clothes. I always buy my jeans from Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack is awesome. I'm never going to spend $200 on a pair of jeans, so I usually wait for them to go to the rack and then I can get them for a lot less. So pro tip there for you for for jean shopping for guys out there. Whole Foods Market, there's one of those right here. Seems like most of the major suburbs in Seattle have a Whole Foods Market. This one's located right here. There's another Lowe's Improvement store right here. You have the Home Depot across from the mall, but if you're a Lowe's person, Lowe's is located not too far from that right there. We have Old Spaghetti Factory, just up 196 here. Old Spaghetti Factory, this is a really fun little spot. Nothing fancy about it, but it's just, Italian pasta, great spot for the family. But like I said, it's really reasonably priced, good food. Old Spaghetti Factory is definitely something to check out in Lynnwood if you're wanting some pasta. If we head a little bit west and go kind of across the freeway, so this main road here, this main highway is 196th, and it runs all the way across here. Okay. So they are doing an expansion project, like a widening project of 196 right now. So there's a ton of construction going on, and I believe it's going to be going on for the next year or so until more than likely when that Lynnwood light rail station opens up. And the reason why they're working on this section of town is to make it more accessible for when that light rail station does open up. So right now it's kind of a headache because there's just a ton of construction going on, but it's going to pay off because in the future it's going to make getting in and out of that light rail station a lot easier. And you'll see that right here is where that light rail station is going to be located. This is like a transit center, park and ride. But it's really centrally located in Lynnwood. It's gonna be really, really easy to get into Seattle, get down to the airport, get over to the east side. So that'll be really exciting when that does finally open up. So if we head a little bit further north of the transit station, you have the Lynnwood Recreation Center, a couple different pools, a really cool spot to go for swimming. They have a couple different water slides. They have a lazy river, kind of like a splash area for toddlers, but really a nice recreation center, one of the nicer ones in the area for swimming. I know they also have like a gym and other like yoga, aerobics classes and whatnot, but the pool is definitely a good spot to check out. If you have kids that like to swim, definitely going to be spending some time there. You have Fred Meyer just a little bit south of that. I think everybody knows what Fred Meyer is. It's kind of those big stores that kind of offer everything from groceries to, sporting goods, stuff like that. If we get closer, heading a little bit further west, we have Costco Business Center. And Costco Business Center, a lot of people that are Costco members don't even know about the Costco Business Center, which is similar to Costco. With your membership to Costco, you can go in here, but they sell a lot of different products that you aren't going to see in the normal Costco store, because this is geared more towards the business side of things. So you can find kind of individually wrapped like muffins, breakfast products, stuff like that are sold usually at kind of convenience stores. But you can buy those as a Costco member by going to the business center. So again, some people don't know that they even have that option with their Costco membership, but yes, you can absolutely shop at the business center at Costco. Heading a little bit further west, kind of running into the border of Lynnwood and Edmonds. If you like to golf, there's City of Lynnwood kind of municipal golf course. This is a fun little course. It's tough. It's kind of it's deceiving. It looks like it's going to be really easy. It's a shorter course, but it's tree-lined fairways, and if your iron game is not sharp that day, it's going to be a long day for you. So, but fun spot to go check out. That's kind of the only golf course in Lynnwood. There's a couple on the border. You have Harbor Point up here in Mukilteo, but yeah, that's kind of what you're going to get in the Lynnwood area. If we head a little bit further north, so before we do that, I'll just kind of show you 99. So Highway 99 runs north and south. I would say, as far as living and buying a home in Lynnwood, if you're going to avoid any areas, I would say avoiding any areas close to Highway 99, just because, road noise, sometimes there's like drug activity, stuff like that goes on. And that's in all parts of 99. Highway 99 runs up north of Lynnwood all the way down to like the Federal Way area. So before I-5 was in existence, this is how you would get around north and south in the Seattle area. But there's just historically speaking, kind of a problematic area as far as, crime in that area. So living as far away from I-9, if you can get pushed back into the neighborhoods here, that's going to be a better option for you than living right next to or right on 99 there. So just a quick tip for you on that. But if we head a little bit further north, Meadowdale High School, this is one of two high schools in the Lynnwood area. So this one is in Lynnwood. And then we also have the Lynnwood High School, which is technically in, it's a Bothell address, but it's right on the Bothell-Lynnwood border. The Lynnwood High School used to actually be right here where the Costco is located, but they tore that down, built the Costco, and moved the Lynnwood High School a little bit further east. So the two main schools for high schools is going to be Lynnwood and then Meadowdale, which is right over here. A little bit outside of Lynnwood, this is technically Edmonds, but Meadowdale Beach Park. This is a really nice park to go to. There's a 1 mile trail that, you park up above, 1 mile trail that you just kind of walk through a forest, really huge trees, really nice walk that will bring you right down to the beach. The walk up is a little bit more difficult, of course, but it's a 1 mile hike. It's great, 2 miles round trip, really beautiful down at the beach. If you have dogs, taking dogs for a walk. It's not off leash, but a great spot to go and, just kind of get nature, get some nature in. Meadowdale Beach Park is a great spot to check out. So a really good spot if you're looking for like gourmet sandwiches is Tubbs Gourmet Subs. There's a couple different locations they have. They have one here in Lynnwood. There's also one in Bothell, downtown Bothell area. But these are really, really good sandwiches, kind of like the toasted warm subs. Probably the best in the area. Really good. Definitely check those out if you like that sort of thing. If we head a little bit further east. So another main drive, another main road in the Lynnwood area is going to be this 164th right here that runs east and west. Lots of different restaurants, shops that you'll see on 164th here. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit. We'll go over some of those. Let's see here. So starting over here, there's an Indigo Kitchen and Ale House. This is a really good restaurant. The owners of this restaurant, they actually have another one in Mill Creek, and it's kind of a Mexican restaurant, Azul, which is probably my favorite restaurant for Mexican in the whole area. But Indigo is kind of their sister restaurant, which is really good, super good food, good drinks, good happy hour specials there. There's a Five Guys Burgers and Fries, just a quick little burger joint, right there. There's a Mod Pizza, Menchie's, kind of a little bit of a strip mall right in here. It kind of pulls up if I zoom in a little bit. But you have a Fred Meyer, another Fred Meyer located right here. And this is in that unincorporated Snohomish County section of Lynnwood. So we're kind of outside of the city limits, but still in Lynnwood. If we head a little bit further east on 164th, this place is kind of funny. I never knew what it was until I met my wife, and she's actually born and raised in Lynnwood. And when you drive by 164th here, you always see a line of people just waiting outside of this little shack here. And come to find out that it's actually a well that people come in, they bring their big jugs of water, and it's really great tasting water. That's one of the cool things about the Seattle area, like all over, is just we do have great tasting water. But yeah, you can go and fill up your big jugs of water for free. And so if you're driving down 164th and you just see a big random line of people on the side of the road, this is what they're getting, is the well water right there. So yeah, that's that. Traveling a little bit further east down 164th, we have a Walmart. Everybody knows Walmart, of course. There's a bowling alley right here, Bolero Lynnwood. Nice bowling alley. There's another bowling alley over towards 99 side of town in Lynnwood there, a little bit further south. But so yeah, a couple different bowling options there. There's a Taco Time. If you're not from the Northwest, you probably don't know what Taco Time is, but I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's kind of like a fast food Mexican, really fresh ingredients, super good, quick takeout spot for Mexican fast food. But like I said, it's a Northwest company. If you're not familiar with this area, you probably haven't heard of Taco Time. I guess you can kind of think of it as an elevated Taco Bell, but definitely worth checking out. The crispy burritos are awesome. So you definitely want to check out one of their crispy burritos if you check out Taco Time. Across the street from that, you have Martha Lake. If you saw the Lynnwood vlog tour, we saw a couple homes in this area of the Martha Lake community, but nice lake. There's a park, fishing dock. Don't believe there's any power boats on it, but you can go fish. It's a great spot to take the kids, and fishing season opens up. But yeah, just kind of the summertime lake activities, swimming, stuff like that. So that's Martha Lake. Pretty cool spot. And then if you head down 164th, you're going to run into the Bothell Everett Highway. Just north of that is Mill Creek. And this is outside of Lynnwood. This is the Mill Creek area. But here's that Azul restaurant that I was telling you about. Best Mexican restaurant around, I can tell you. By far, definitely check out Azul. We'll get more into Mill Creek in the Mill Creek videos, but just kind of right up against the Lynnwood border, you'll run into Mill Creek. Okay, so if we just head a little bit further east on 164th, that's going to put us right into the Mill Creek neighborhood. It runs right into Bothell Everett Highway that runs north and south from, the Bothell area all the way up into Everett, of course. All right. Well, I hope you found that virtual tour of the Lynnwood area helpful. I think we're only going to see Lynnwood get better and better over the next few years. We're going to have that light rail station opening up in 2025. It's going to make getting into downtown Seattle, down to the airport, over to the east side, just very easy. You're not going to have to sit in traffic heading north and south up I-5. So, all of the restaurants, the indoor activities, outdoor activities to do in Lynnwood, I think just make it a great spot to live. And, the number one thing is that homes are more affordable in Lynnwood. The cost of living is much lower. You're in Snohomish County, so you're not paying the King County taxes. So just the overall cost of living in Lynnwood, your dollar is going to go further. You're going to be able to get more house. I love Lynnwood. What else can I say? It's a great spot to live. And if you're considering making a move either to Lynnwood or one of the other, surrounding suburbs in the Seattle area, and you'd like to have a conversation about your situation, we'd love to hear from you. Whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact information is down below in the description. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle or Lynnwood. And until then, we hope to show you around town. Take care. Bye.